So 2023 has a lot of movies that are released so far this year. And movies that, the average score so far for movies that we have ranked so far this year is 58.25%. We really only started doing movies since AntMan the Wasp Quantumania came out. So movies besides, there's only one movie that came out before AntMan the Wasp Quantumania that is on this list, and that's Megan. Because I did a score on that movie. But yeah, these are the movies ranked from worst to best. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 12 movies. So let's get to number 12. Number 12. 65. 65 is the lowest and worst movie of the year, with 22%. No surprise here. This movie isn't really well beloved by anyone. This is considered just a movie they put out, and literally people didn't really care about this movie all too much. It didn't make any money at all, and it is here at the bottom of the list. Nothing more to be said. Number 11. Champions. Forget this movie existed? Yeah, I probably did too. Only 29% of the people said Champions was a good movie. Yeah, only 29%. Literally 29% of people like this movie. Meanwhile, we're doing the MCU movies right now, so we're going to get MCU movie once we are done with Spider-Man Far From Home. So if you want to watch that video and watch future videos from this, you better subscribe to this channel, or else you probably won't ever see that video. Or unless YouTube recommends it to you somehow. But yep, that is it. So yep, Champions, only 29% of people watch this movie. Again, nobody watched either 65 or Champions. Both movies had very small amount of reviews for said movies. And now we get into the top 10. Considering there's only 10 movies on this list, yeah, these are the next 10 movies. Number 10. Number 10 is Megan. So Megan was a surprise hit earlier this year. I actually liked the movie, but again, there's a lot of people who didn't like the movie because they expected the movie to be more scarier as well. And no, Megan wasn't that scary. So people who don't want to be scared, they got the list, but people who want this to be an actual horror movie that's actually scary, well, they didn't really like the movie all too much. The critics liked it, but that's all this movie will, and also it's getting a sequel, so yeah. The movie has made a lot of money as well. Also, the unrated version's plot is obviously way better than the feature version. Coming at number 9. You would think with the movie like AntMan the Wasp Quantumania that it would have a lower score. Oh, it's not a good movie. Oh, 48% of people like this movie. It's actually higher than movies like Black Widow. It's actually higher than Cars 2. So more people liked it, and it's actually higher than Megan. But yeah, this movie is actually very similar to the critic score. The critic score obviously dropped to 47%. But yeah, people criticized for this movie for its lackluster CGI, and basically being a CGI movie, and being too much CGI. The movie also lost $37 million at the box office currently. But yeah, this movie's a failure. So yeah. Number 8. Cocaine Bear. Yeah, this movie exists. This movie, only 51% of people really like this movie. This movie really wasn't really received all too well. I haven't seen it, but this movie is either hit or miss for people. Some people love this movie and some people hate it. And the score reflects that. 51% of people like Cocaine Bear. So, that is the score for Cocaine Bear. 51%. Around half of people liked the movie, and half people didn't like the movie. Basically. Next movie on the list. Number 7. Jesus Revolution. Which, the score is so low, even there are only 30 reviews for 30 ratings for this movie. But most Christians like this movie. But again, most of the people who went to go see this movie were Christians. So of course, most of the people who were going to review this movie gave it a 58%. This movie has a 7.7 on IMDb, but it didn't really pass the 60% it needed to really go higher. So yeah. Number 6. Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Despite this movie being a massive failure, it is the number 6th highest rated movie of the year, with a 62% of people liking the movie. Yeah, this movie is not that. This movie, people actually liked it, but nobody went to go see it. Kind of like the next movie on the list. Number 5. Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Yay! No one went to go see this movie either. Very similar to Shazam: Fury of the Gods. Literally, no one went to go see this movie. It actually did better than Shazam: Fury of the Gods, which is ironic, but again, no one went to go see this movie. But yeah, but the people who did, 65% of people said this was a good movie. So overall, yeah, this was considered a good movie. Number 4, Creed 3. So yes, we have a third Creed movie. And actually the score is very similar to the IMDb score of 7.1 out of 10. But yeah, people really love this movie. People love the fighting choreography of this movie. And people love the story of this movie as well. And this movie was a surprise hit. People actually liked it. Despite Sylvester Stallone stepping away from... Actually, Sylvester Stallone was involved with the movie. Never mind. But yes, Sylvester Stallone didn't really have much control over this movie. It was really Michael B. Jordan's movie. And also, apparently Michael B. Jordan's a big fan of Dragon Ball Z. Whereas the fight choreography is very similar to Dragon Ball Z as well. Yeah, that's what a lot of people said about this movie. Number 3, Scream 6. Yeah, Scream 6 is apparently one of the best movies of the year. Number 3, best movie of the year, Scream 6. I don't have any opinion on this movie, but this movie was pretty successful. People loved the fact that this movie took place in the city, and people probably liked how, this movie was actually kind of creative, because they could actually make creativity with this movie being set in the city. But yeah, people really liked Scream 6. We're getting to number 2. Yeah, the score for this movie is not final yet, but yeah, number 2. Number 2, the Super Mario Brothers movie. Yeah, this is the second highest rated movie of the year, with an 85% score. Yeah, Mario movie is the second highest rated movie of the year. Despite the critics giving it a 55% on Rotten Tomatoes, most Nintendo fans loved this movie. Most Mario fans loved this movie. It had a 7.4 on IMDb, and it might actually settle around 7.3 or 7.2 on IMDb as more reviews come in. Because once it reaches 1,000 reviews, sometimes if people just like a movie, it will stay around that score. People thought this movie was a solid movie, and, the plenitude of woke garbage that's been going around. But yeah, overall, the Mario movie is the second best movie of the year. Number 1, John Wick Chapter 4. Of course, John Wick Chapter 4 is number 1. Of course, that is, subject to change as more movies come out and stuff like that. But John Wick 4 has an 86%, which is actually the only movie that's higher than it is John Wick Chapter 2. John Wick movies have all been received extremely well, which is no one's surprise that people love this movie. And people love this franchise as well. So overall, John Wick has been a very successful and popular series as well. And the fact that people love this movie so much, that has an 86%, really goes to the quality that Keanu Reeves and, of course, the directors put into this movie. Very similar to other movies like Nobody. There's also another movie called Zuzu coming out that's very similar to John Wick. So more and more people are making movies that are like John Wick. And I think it'll be more impactful for the action movie genre. Because people love these movies continue making more and more money as they come out. Of course, people praise this movie for improving on the story, of course, having amazing action and fight choreography. And yeah, the movie's 2 hours and 49 minutes long. Which is probably why the movie had a big drop-off, because they can only show so many screens at once for this movie. But yeah, this movie's gonna probably be beloved by the John Wick fan base, which every movie's beloved by the fan base. So yeah. But yeah, of course, we'll probably update this as the year goes on, obviously. So yeah, these are the top 12 movies of the year so far, ranged from worst to best. And it's going to change throughout the year. So let's wait out this video here. Goodbye.